name is Leland, aka the Dragon Gamer 1. So today's video, I'm gonna show you my Godzilla's collection. Video, I'm gonna tell you what Godzilla is. So Godzilla is actually a 1954 film in Japan. The suit actor of Godzilla is Haruo Nakajima. And Godzilla was first introduced in Japan. Another trivia, his name wasn't Godzilla, it was Gojira in Japanese. The story of Godzilla is about a big lizard. What happened is, there was a nuclear bomb test. So the lizard was contaminated and awakened and became Godzilla. Right? So I'm gonna show you my collection now. So this is my very first Godzilla. So this version of this Godzilla is the legendary 2014 Godzilla. So my dad gave it to me when I was 5 years old or 6 years old or something, I don't know. But this is my very first one. Actually, I don't remember how I became fascinated with Godzilla. All I remember is we went to this mall and we went into an action figure store. And I saw a creature looks like a dinosaur inside of action figure glass box thingy. And I fell in love with it. Let's move on to the next Godzilla. And this is my second Godzilla. And his name is Earth Godzilla. So the difference of this Godzilla is the height and the detail look. The fins looks like leaves, and then the body looks like a tree or a trunk of a tree or wood. And of course this the bottom of his jaw, like right there, and chin. There's a spiky thing right there, and he has some small eyes. It is a blue eyes. And my first Godzilla is a yellow version, but this thing is blue. And this is the smaller version of Godzilla compared to my first Godzilla. So this is my third Godzilla. His name is Burning Godzilla. And he was originated at the year 1995. I got this when I was 7 years old. And look at the details. Fins, the mouth can open. And then transparent. You can see there. Okay, transparent. And the fins, it looks old school looking. And the tail can bend. Wait, it's kind of hard to bend. There, it can bend. It's very useful if you use this on stop motion. By the way, this is NECA version of the Godzilla action figure. There's actually two makers of this burning Godzilla. NECA, right there, NECA, and Bandai. Let's move on to the next Godzilla. So these are my fourth Godzilla. So this is the 2001 version of Godzilla. So by the way, this is a present from my grandpa, grandma, and uncle. By the way, this is what you call dorsal fins, and it's glowing. So this is another one of my Godzilla presents. This is from my uncle. So shout out to Tito Polo, which is my uncle. So by the way, this is the first Godzilla that I have, and there are both the legendary Godzilla. The only difference is this is made by NECA, and the first one was made by Bandai. So let's move on to the next Godzilla. This is my fifth Godzilla, which is the coolest Godzilla ever, or the scariest Godzilla ever, because this Godzilla has scary eyes, scary teeth, and scary skin. The dorsal fins are a lot compared to the legendary Godzilla. They have a lot. So this is the tail. The tip of the tail have a face. If you guys watch the movie, that is where the tail have a face. And by the way, the dorsal fins can shoot an atomic breath or whatever, and they have three that can actually shoot atomic breaths: the mouth, the dorsal fins, which as I told you, and the tail. So this Godzilla was actually made at the year 2016, which is when I was 5 years old. 4 years old, son. So let's move on to the next Godzilla. This is my sixth Godzilla. This is Mecha Godzilla. This was introduced at the year 2003. Let's see the details. So the details are the head it can spin. The first Godzilla that I have cannot spin his head. This one can move his head. It can go like 360 degrees or whatever. So this is the arms. So this is what it looks like. By the way, at the left side of the hand, this hand can turn into a drill, and this one just can move whatever. And he can move his hip. It's kind of so hard to move his hip. So here's that. And by the way, he cannot move his legs, just the hips. By the way, the first one that I have doesn't move his hip. And this is the tail. It can move his tail. Same thing as the first one. So this was created by Bandai. That's it. So let's move on to the next Godzilla. This is my seventh Godzilla. It's very big difference, of course. So the difference, of course, this is the Godzilla final version of the movie in Japan. So let's see the details. So the details is you can move its arms, and it's so the arm is so big, it's like the size of my finger. Look at that. Right there. And my thumb. Same thing as this. You can move it. And by the way, you can move his legs. This way. And by the way, you cannot move his tail because this Godzilla is too big that he cannot move his tail at all. Look at this. You can't. It looks like it's glued. So yeah, it's glued. And this Godzilla was introduced at the year 2004. So let's move on to the next Godzilla. So my 8th Godzilla is not a Godzilla at all. They are Rodan and Mothra. So Rodan is the enemy of Godzilla. And this is actually Mothra, and she's the friend of Godzilla. So let's see the details. So Mothra's wings are very long compared to the old movies of the 90s. It kind of looks shorter, and by the way, the body is small compared to the head is not circular compared to the old version of the Mothra. It is a circle or a big head. This thing is realistic. And this is the hip. And if I turn around, this is what it looks like. It looks like the bee, of course, that can sting you. And this is the legs. The legs, how many legs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So she has 6 legs. How many is that? A lot. So next one is Rodan. So Rodan is very, very large compared to Mothra. Yeah, like this. This is very big. And then this is the fin. It's actually a flappy tail tip. So again, this is Godzilla's enemy. But in the end of the movie, Rodan and Godzilla became friends. And the end of the movie, Rodan bows to Godzilla, all the monsters that came to Godzilla, because Godzilla is the king of the monsters. So let's move on to the next Godzilla. So guys, I hope you're still watching because this video is very long because I have a lot of Godzillas. Oh, my 9th Godzilla, by the way, is not a Godzilla at all. So this is King Ghidorah. So King Ghidorah is the ultimate enemy because he lives in space and is the most powerful creature force. It can actually just fight the Mecha Godzilla, of course the new version of Godzilla vs. Kong, it came out the year 2021. But if King Ghidorah was in the movie, it can easily kill Godzilla and Kong. Well, that's what I think, but of course the end of the King Ghidorah movie, Godzilla King of the Monsters is actually dead. So that's what I'm thinking. So let's go to the final Godzilla. finally, this is the last Godzilla. This is my last Godzilla. And this is my fourth favorite Godzilla. So, sorry, I just burped. This Godzilla was released in the year 1999. But it's called Godzilla 2000. Not sure why. So this is what it looks like of the dorsal fins. This one tip right there, it is very tall compared to the old version of the 1995 Burning Godzilla, of course. And it's so long that this is the longest. And it can move his arms, same thing as the first one, and then it cannot move his head because it's the same thing as the first one. It can move his legs, same thing as the first one, and this is the tail, you can move it, same thing as the first one, because they're both created by Bandai. So yeah, that's it. I hope you like this video, and if you enjoy my videos, please support me. So make sure to like, share, and bam, subscribe. Peace.